What is something unrealistic that you often see in movies that annoys the hell out of you?
Unrealistic wealth. Typical family with one working parent has a 4-bedroom house with in-ground pool, college graduates living in some swanky penthouse on a babysitter salary, 24-year-old doctors.
Overall lack of communication. I feel like 90% of all drama is coming from this in some way.
Playing video games, randomly mashing all buttons at the same time and pressing R1/L1 and R2/L2 for no reason.
When the mom prepares a feast for breakfast and everyone only takes a bite or two before rushing off. My mom would have killed me for wasting food. Also, she wouldn't prepare a feast for breakfast.
The disregard for basic physics.
High school scenes where there are lounges in the hallway and students are free to be wherever they want to be around the buildings no matter the time of day without consequence.
Omniscient bad guys. I know you have to have the plot move forward, but dude is trying to hide in Europe and somehow the villain is always where the hero wants to go before they get there. I mean, Europe is pretty damn big, and I can't imagine getting totally lost there would be all that difficult.
People living in these gigantic New York or LA apartments while working jobs that realistically could never pay for such a nice place.
Asterisk when the entire plot rests on a character not explaining something that can be explained in under 1 minute. Asterisk characters making the dumbest, most unrealistic choices just to further the plot. Asterisk unnecessary sex scenes that add nothing whatsoever to the movie. Asterisk ordering at a restaurant and only taking one bite and leaving. Asterisk in a post-apocalyptic world somehow all cars on the road are parked or stranded in such a way that our main character has no problem driving between them. Asterisk witness protection somehow always fails in movies.
Nobody opens the door 2 seconds after the doorbell rings. Nobody.
People doing CPR. Then the person who just got CPR wakes up like 10 minutes later and eats lunch. Also, movies are really bad at maintaining sterile fields in operating rooms.
Calling someone and then instantly start talking. I don't know why exactly, but that has really bothered me. You didn't even let it ring.
Gun silencers being that quiet. In reality, they're like the sound of someone clapping.
The old you cough, you die.
Someone shooting 10,683 rounds from a 1911 without reloading.
Casually strolling away from a massive explosion.
People shooting guns, especially pistols, from well over a reasonable range and hitting very small targets with one hand while running or something. People would be surprised how difficult it is to hit a target with a pistol from 15 to 20 yards standing still with 2 hands.
Opaque beverage cups and are always empty and never look right when hefted and drank from. They could at least put water in them to get the motion right, but never do, and once you start noticing this it just ruins so many shots for you because it looks so stupid. Edit, meant cups and mugs. Edit, drank asterisk should be drunk.
How bad the villains always are at shooting. Don't get me wrong, Star Wars wouldn't be the same if Luke gets scalped by a stormtrooper 30 minutes into the first movie, but good God are they bad.
Sometimes in sex scenes, the guy will just undo his belt and immediately stick his piece right in. No foreplay, no lube, just immediately right in within seconds. My wife and I call it Mad Men style sex because almost every sex scene in Mad Men was like this. I know it does happen, but Hollywood thinks all sex is immediately penetrative. And the woman is coming immediately.
No body hair. Ever.
Stalkerish behavior being portrayed as romantic. The man in a relationship being portrayed as a near brain-dead doofus.
People getting knocked out cold for an hour, then waking up and going about their day like nothing's happened. I once got knocked out for like 2 minutes and ended up sick for a month.
Someone gets hit so hard that they fly through a wall, then they get up and keep fighting. No, you're going to spend the next year learning to walk again.
Everything is always so dark, and no one ever bothers to turn the lights on. Even when they do, it's like a 10W bulb in a warehouse that only illuminates 2 feet around it.
Everyone always answers their phone, usually on the first ring. And no matter where you are, you have perfect reception.
My son-in-law is a video game programmer and it drives him crazy when in cop shows/movies they use a computer to search for a match to fingerprints or a face and the screen scrolls with the images flashing on the screen. He's like, do you know how much computing power it takes to render all those images? The computer doesn't need to flash them on the screen.
Mostly in rom-coms, people randomly running into each other out in public. Like, how small is your town that you bumped into the same person 3 days in a row at a restaurant/bar/shop?
Computer work is only done via vigorous typing on the keyboard. Never a single mouse click.
When two characters do something simple like glancing at each other, and then the romance has started. If a man and a woman bump into each other and some music plays, that's enough to ensure the romance has begun. I bump into guys all the time, where's my boyfriend?